Archangel Michael is crying out. They tried to bury you, but they didn't know you were the seed. Read this before your season breaks open. My beloved child, before you take another breath, listen carefully, because what you're about to hear is not just a story. It's a divine revelation written for you. Here's a reason your heart has been very heavy lately. Here's a reason the world seems to be testing you more than ever. You've been buried, covered by pain, loss, and silence. But Archangel Michael is whispering through the heavens right now. They tried to bury you, but they didn't know you were the seed. Can you feel that? That trembling in your spirit? That's not weakness. It's your rebirth calling your name. You see, there's something extraordinary about being buried. The soil that covers you is the same soil that grows you. The darkness that surrounds you is not a tomb. It's a womb. It's where the unseen becomes unstoppable. For too long you've been asking, why me? But Michael wants you to ask, why not me? Because what you carry inside is greater than the pain outside. Every heartbreak, every betrayal, every tear has been watering the seed of your destiny. Right now, the heavens are shifting. The archangels are realigning paths. The enemies who mocked you will soon have to witness your bloom. Because this is not your ending. This is your becoming. Close your eyes for a second and breathe. Do you feel that energy? It's Archangel Michael wrapping his wings around your broken spirit, saying, hold on a little longer. You're about to rise. This is not motivation. This is revelation. What's coming next will make every buried moment make sense. You are not forgotten. You are being prepared. And when your season breaks open, it will not just be a comeback, it will be a divine exploit and a purpose. Something deep inside you is shifting right now. Stay alert, because the signs are everywhere. The sudden peace after chaos. The unexpected favor. The doors that begin to open without knocking, these are not coincidences. These are confirmations. Archangel Michael has drawn his sword. Not to fight for you anymore, but to announce that your battle has already been won. The tears, the silence, the waiting. They've all been recorded in heaven's archive. And now, your file is marked. Breakthrough approved. Every time they spoke against you. Every time they tried to bury your dreams, they were unknowingly planting you deeper into divine soil. And that soil is rich with resurrection. Don't curse the darkness. It's where your light is formed. Don't question the waiting. It's where your roots gain power. You were never buried to die. You were buried to grow. Something holy is rising within you. Can you sense it? The ground beneath your life is beginning to crack open. The light is breaking through. Stay still, stay faithful. Your season is about to erupt in divine glory. Because when God commands the seed to rise, not even the deepest darkness can hold it down, and that, my beloved child, is where your story begins. Something huge is waiting for you. My beloved child, there's a sacred reason you're hearing this now, because the very air around you is carrying a shift that's been waiting to unfold. Archangel Michael's voice has not stopped echoing since the moment you were buried in your pain. He is still calling out, still declaring, rise, seed of light, rise. The spiritual atmosphere around you is pregnant with transformation. Every silent prayer you thought went unheard has been stored in the chambers of heaven. The answers are already moving toward you, gathering strength in the unseen realm. In walking through nights so long, you almost forgot how morning light feels. But the sun rises closer than you think. It's not just the dawn of another day, it's the beginning of another dimension of your destiny. You were never meant to stay where you fell. The ashes around you are not symbols of defeat, they're signs of something powerful that's about to rise. You've been tested, but tests always precede testimonies. The storm you've endured was never designed to destroy you, it was sculpting you, shaping your endurance, your strength, your faith. Archangel Michael stands beside you, his armor gleaming with divine light, whispering strength into your spirit. He's saying, "Do not fear what buried you, for what buried you made you fertile. Those moments that broke you were never meant to end you. They were the chisel that carved the warrior within." Every disappointment was heaven's redirection, every betrayal was the breaking of chains that no longer belonged around your destiny. And as you stand in this fragile in-between, where the old is fading and the new is not yet visible, heaven wants you to do one thing. Keep your heart open, because miracles rarely arrive in familiar packages. Sometimes blessings come disguised as endings. Sometimes divine elevation feels like exile, but the same God who allowed the bearing is the God who commands the blooming. Feel the ground of your life. It's vibrating with change. You've been hidden. Yes, but hiddenness is not punishment. It's protection. Seeds are hidden so they can grow without interference. You've been concealed because your preparation required privacy. The world was not ready for what's forming within you, but soon, they won't be able to ignore it. And now, as you listen, something is stirring deep inside your soul. It's the pulse of purpose awakening after a long sleep. The pain that once paralyzed you is now becoming your power. You're not the same person who went into that dark place. You're becoming someone the world has never seen before. That's why your process has been so painful. Because your calling is so powerful. Every tear you cried has been converted into oil for your anointing. Every rejection hath been written into divine redirection. The people who left were not abandoning you. They were making space for what heaven is sending next. The weight you carried was never meant to crush you, it was meant to strengthen your shoulders for the crown that's coming. Archangel Michael is standing over your field, declaring that what the enemy meant for evil will now birth unstoppable good. The universe bends when heaven decrees, and heaven has just declared that your buried season is over. Can you sense it? The pressure around you isn't breaking you, it's birthing you. You've been asking for signs, haven't you? The ones that whisper, "It's time." And this very moment, is one of them. The timing is divine. You're standing on the edge of your awakening. Everything that fell apart was simply rearranging itself to fall into place. What was once your pain will soon become your platform. What tried to bury your light will soon have to watch it blaze across the sky. But remember, my beloved child, when your season breaks open, stay humble, stay rooted. Because seeds that rise too fast without grounding fall with the wind. Your humility will keep your blessing anchor, your gratitude will keep the heavens open above you. And if this message is resonating with your spirit right now, pause, breathe, and share this truth with someone who's still buried. Comment with your faith, speak it aloud. I am not buried. I am planted, because your words hold creative power. Your declaration becomes the vibration that calls your destiny forth. This is not just a message, it's a movement of light. Every person who receives this carries a spark of divine renewal. Every share sends a wave of awakening through the earth. You're not just a listener, you're part of the prophecy. Soon, the world will look at you and say, "How did they survive?" But what they will know is that survival was never the goal. You were never meant to just survive, you were meant to resurrect. That's the difference between being buried and being planted. What's dead stays down, but what's planted rises stronger, taller, more radiant than before. So let the tears flow if they must. Let the memories resurface if they need to, but do not let your faith die in the waiting. Because Archangel Michael is still fighting in the unseen, still guarding your promise, still announcing your rise. And the moment heaven says now, everything changes suddenly, instantly, gloriously. Hold on, my beloved child. Keep believing, even when the soil feels heavy. Because beneath that soil, your roots are wrapping around divine strength. You're not waiting for a miracle. You are the miracle. You are heaven's proof that light cannot be buried. Your resurrection story is already written. And the world is about to read it. Stay till the end, my beloved child. The heavens are still speaking, and the sound is growing louder. The angels have not stopped their movement around you. Archangel Michael stands at the gate of your destiny, his sword burning with celestial fire, slicing through every chain that once held you down. You may not see it yet, but the spiritual realm is alive with motion. Doors are opening, paths are clearing, and the soil that once buried you is breaking apart under divine pressure. The time of your silence is ending. Heaven is about to announce your name. You've walked through valleys that felt endless, through nights where your own reflections seemed unfamiliar. But listen closely, your struggle was not random. Every step in the dark was heaven's choreography, leading you to a sacred intersection of purpose and promise. You were never lost. You were being led, you were not forgotten. You were being formed. Those moments when you thought everything was falling apart were actually the exact moments everything was falling into place. Archangel Michael is not just your defender, he is your awaken. He whispers courage into your fears, and suddenly your shaking turns into strength. The same pain that once made you cry is now becoming the fire that makes you unstoppable. Every wound has been transformed into wisdom. Every scar is a signature of divine survival. You don't need to hide your scars anymore, because they are the proof that the darkness did not win. They are the evidence that your light was stronger than your loss. Look around your life for a moment. The things that once broke you are no longer as heavy, are they? That's because your spirit has grown larger than your pain. You've evolved quietly, in the soil, unseen by the world but fully visible to heaven. The patience it took to endure, the strength it took to remain kind when the world was cruel, these are your unseen victories. And now, the reward of that unseen faith is coming into view. The soil is cracking, and light is piercing through. You felt resistance lately, haven't you? That's because new life always causes pressure. When a seed begins to sprout, it pushes against the ground that once protected it. That tension you feel is not punishment, it's progress. It's the earth responding to your growth. The universe itself is bending to make room for your rising. Archangel Michael is commanding the heavens to align, and soon, what you thought was delayed will arrive in divine acceleration. The people who left you were part of the pruning. The dreams that failed were part of the redirection. Nothing has been wasted. Every moment was a divine investment, and the return on that investment is about to overflow. Your pain hath been multiplied into purpose. The seed that breaks open produces 1,000 more. And that's what your life is about to do. Multiply, expand, and overflow. There will come a day, very soon, when you will look back and realize why it all had to happen. You'll see how every betrayal pushed you closer to alignment. How every loss cleared space for real abundance. Heaven doesn't remove without replacing, it doesn't subtract without multiplying. That's why Archangel Michael has been guarding you even in your emptiness. Because your emptiness was never empty, it was sacred preparation for the next outpouring. But here's what heaven is asking of you now. Do not let bitterness take root in your blooming season. Forgive even those who never apologized. Release what no longer serves your light. The seed cannot grow if it keeps clinging to the soil that once covered it. Let go, not because they deserve peace, but because you do. When you release the weight, your wings can finally open. There's a fragrance that comes from broken soil. It's the scent of life returning. That fragrance is rising from your story. People will be drawn to your strength without knowing the nights you cried to get it. They'll see the light, but not the fire that forged it. And that's the beauty of divine resurrection. Your pain becomes invisible, but your glow becomes undeniable. Pause for a moment, my beloved child. Take a deep breath. Feel the air shift. The same spirit that raised what was buried is breathing into you now. This breath carries renewal, restoration, and radiant strength. The angels are singing over your name, the heavens are declaring. Rise, for the seed has broken open. If these words are igniting something within you, don't keep this flame to yourself, share it. Comment below and let your voice be part of the movement. When you speak light, you multiply it. When you declare your rise, heaven echoes it back even louder. Subscribe to the sound of faith that never fades, because together we are building a symphony of rebirth. Someone needs to hear the same message that saved you. Be the messenger of that miracle. Spread it like light. Because when Archangel Michael moves, transformation doesn't happen quietly. It shakes the ground, shifts timelines, and shatters every limitation. And that's what's coming for you. Sudden shifts, unexpected favor, divine acceleration. The seed has cracked, and now nothing can stop what's emerging. The same soil that once felt heavy will soon feel holy. The same place where you were buried will become the ground where miracles bloom. The same hands that hurt you will soon have to applaud you. The same tears that fell in secret will soon water gardens of joy. So don't fear the unknown, don't doubt the delay. What's ahead is greater than what's behind. Your breaking season is turning into your blooming season. Heaven has already signed the decree. It is time. Keep your eyes open, my beloved child. The first light of your new dawn is beginning to rise. Don't skip. My beloved child, there is a stirring in the heavens tonight, and it carries your name. the vibration around you is shifting because the unseen has begun to manifest. You may not fully understand it yet, but the spiritual realm has been preparing the ground for your emergence. Archangel Michael stands in radiant armor, his wings stretched wide over your path, and his voice echoes like thunder through eternity. The time of hiding has ended. The seed must now rise. And as his words ripple through the universe, something deep within your spirit begins to awaken, like a memory of divine purpose long forgotten but never erased. You were never buried by accident. You were planted with precision. Every delay, every denial, every detour was the hand of heaven planting you in the perfect soil. The storms that tried to drown you only pushed your roots deeper. The darkness that tried to suffocate your light became the very place where your strength was born. And now, as the winds shift and the pressure builds, heaven whispers, "It's time." There's a sacred power in your breaking season. The world thought it was your ending, but heaven always saw it as your beginning. The pain you endured was not in vain, it was divine training. You were being equipped to handle what you once prayed for. You were being fortified to carry the blessings that ordinary hearts could not bear. You were learning how to walk through fire and come out as gold. Archangel Michael has been your silent defender through every unseen battle. When you cried alone, he stood guard beside you. When your spirit felt too weak to fight, he fought for you. When you felt surrounded by darkness, he lifted his sword and declared, "Not this one. This one belongs to the light," and because of the declaration, you're still here. You survived storms that should have drowned you, heartbreaks that should have shattered you, disappointments that should have destroyed your belief. You are still breathing because heaven refused to let your purpose die. Take a moment and think about everything you've overcome. The situations that looked impossible, the nights when you almost gave up, the tears that blurred your vision, but never erased your hope. You made it through all of that, and that means your purpose is indestructible. Archangel Michael is now clearing the atmosphere for what's next. The season of silence is ending and the sound of breakthrough is beginning. Your spirit has matured in the hidden place. You've learned patience when the world was rushing, faith when the evidence was missing, and grace when bitterness tried to take over. You've grown in the shadows, and now the light of recognition is coming. But remember this, growth is never meant to inflate your ego, it's meant to expand your impact. The higher you rise, the deeper your humility must go. The louder your blessing becomes, the softer your spirit must remain. Here's a reason heaven kept you hidden for so long. It wasn't rejection, it was refinement. The soil had to be right, the timing had to align. And now that everything in the unseen has synchronized, the manifestation can finally begin. You will soon walk into rooms you once only dreamed about. You will meet people who carry the keys to your next chapter. You will find favor in places that once ignored you. That's the power of divine timing. It turns rejection into redirection and redirection into revelation. My beloved child, if these words are stirring something within your heart, it's because heaven is using this moment to remind you that your story is still unfolding. The same God who planted you is now commanding you to bloom, so rise with courage. Step out of the shadows. Speak your truth even if your voice trembles. You've earned the right to shine. Not because life was easy, but because you stayed faithful when it was hard. And now, I ask you to take a small step of faith. Share this message. Let your voice be an echo of hope for someone else's dark night. Comment below with the words, "My breaking season is becoming my blooming season," because when you declare it, you're not just typing words, you're activating spiritual alignment. Heaven responds to your declaration. Your angels take those words and turn them into movement. The people around you may not understand what's happening, but that's because resurrection doesn't make sense to those who never saw the burial. They will see the light but never know the weight. They will see the fruit but never know the fight, but you will know, and that's why your gratitude must overflow. Every breath you take is proof that grace works. Every sunrise you see is proof that love never failed. Archangel Michael is releasing a new wave of strength over you right now. It's quiet but powerful. It's soft but unstoppable. It's not a rush of noise. It's a calm authority that whispers, "You were born for this moment." And that whisper carries the weight of heaven itself. The ground beneath you is sacred. The air around you is alive with destiny. Even the smallest details of your life are aligning under divine order. Nothing is random anymore. Every encounter, every conversation, every delay, it's all part of the orchestration. You're not walking alone through this transition. Heaven is walking with you step by step. When the harvest comes, remember the soil that held you. When the light shines, remember the darkness that shaped you. When people celebrate your rise, remember the angels who guarded your roots. And when doubt tries to return, remember the voice that still echoes through eternity. They tried to bury you, but they didn't know you were the seed. Hold on to that truth as tightly as you hold on to your breath. It's not just a phrase. It's your prophecy, and now, that prophecy is about to unfold right before your eyes. Something magnificent is approaching. Something that will make every tear worth it, every prayer meaningful, every delay divine. Your season is opening like a flower at dawn, and the fragrance of your faith is filling the heavens. Stay till the end. My beloved child, the sound of heaven's heartbeat is quickening, and your spirit can feel it even before your mind understands it. The atmosphere around you is no longer silent. It's humming with anticipation. Live with promise. Archangel Michael has not lowered his sword. He is still standing guard, ensuring that the seed within you grows without interference. Every unseen movement, every divine whisper, every shift in your surroundings. It's all part of the unfolding plan that was written long before you took your first breath. You are not stepping into coincidence. You are walking into prophecy. You've been through seasons that stripped you bare, moments where you questioned whether your prayers even reached the heavens. Yet now, as you stand in the sacred space between what was and what's coming, you are surrounded by the truth that your waiting was not wasted. The soil that once felt like a grave is now breaking open under the weight of your purpose. What buried you has become the foundation of your growth. You were not forgotten in the dark. You were growing in secret, and heaven had been watching every step. Think back for a moment to those times when you thought the silence meant abandonment. Now you can see you, can't you? That the silence was protection. The rejection was redirection. The delay was divine design. You were being hidden for refinement because your next season requires a stronger version of you. Archangel Michael knows the weight of your assignment, and that's why your process was not gentle. It was glorious in its precision. You had to be prepared, not just for blessings, but for the responsibility that comes with them. Your heart may still carry scars, but those scars are not signs of weakness. They are the proof that you were chosen to endure. The angels wept with you when you broke, but they also sang when you refused to give up. Each tear you cried was not lost. It watered the soil of your destiny, and now those tears are blooming into testimonies. Your story is becoming a garden where others will find strength. You may not realize it yet, but your breakthrough is already echoing in eternity. Heaven often moves quietly before it moves suddenly. You're standing in the quiet before the quake, the stillness that comes right before divine movement. Archangel Michael is preparing the announcement. The moment the command is released, everything will shift. The people who once overlooked you will begin to notice. The doors that were closed will unlock on their own. The weight you've carried will turn into wings. But as you rise, remember this. The seed doesn't compete with other seeds, it simply grows in its own time. Don't compare your blooming season with someone else's. What God is building in you is unique, and comparison will only drain the energy that should be fueling your purpose. Focus on your soil, your roots, your light. The more you water your own field with gratitude, the faster your harvest will come. There's a message in your heart right now that's not meant to stay silent. Speak it. Share it. Someone somewhere is still buried, believing their story has ended, and your voice might be the sound that cracks their soil open. Use your pain as a message of power. Comment with faith. Speak your resurrection out loud. Share this revelation so it can reach another heart still trapped in the shadows. Because when you spread light, heaven multiplies it. Archangel Michael is reminding you that humility is the crown of divine warriors. You are rising not to boast, but to bless. You are ascending not to prove your worth, but to fulfill your assignment. Every time you choose compassion over vengeance, heaven records it. Every time you choose love over bitterness, the angels sing your name. You are riding the vibration of your story with every act of faith you take. And yet, my beloved child, the rise will not come without resistance. The enemy always rattles when the seed starts to sprout. Do not be alarmed when old fears try to resurface or when unexpected chaos tries to distract you. It's simply proof that you're getting close. The shaking around you is not destruction. It's birth. The pressure you feel is not punishment, it's promotion. You are being lifted through the very soil that once tried to bury you. Heaven is orchestrating divine connections. People are being aligned with your journey, not by accident, but by command. The ones meant to walk with you in this next season will find their way effortlessly. The ones who were only meant for your past will quietly fade. Don't chase anyone who leaves, and don't cling to what heaven is trying to replace. You cannot grow while gripping the ghosts of what once was. Let go, and let grace rebuild. Your name is being whispered in rooms you haven't entered yet. Opportunities are being arranged in conversations you'll never hear. That's how heaven works, it prepares long before it reveals. So trust the process even when it's silent. Your miracle is not delayed, it's developing. Every great story takes time to unfold, and yours is no different. And when it happens, when your season finally breaks open, the glory will not just touch your life. It will overflow into the lives of those around you. You will become a beacon of faith, a living testimony that no one can bury what God has planted. Your story will remind the broken that beauty can rise from ashes, that strength can bloom from sorrow, that light can burst forth from the darkest soil. Archangel Michael is smiling over you now. His voice carries a promise. The time of mourning is over, a time of movement has begun. And that promise carries the full weight of divine authority. Your future is unfolding with every heartbeat. The seed has broken, the roots have deepened, and the light is about to reveal what's been hidden for so long. So breathe, stand tall, and prepare your spirit. The season that once buried you is about to testify on your behalf. You are not just rising. You are becoming everything heaven dreamed when it created you. Something huge is waiting for you, my beloved child. Heaven is roaring in your direction. The sound may be silent to human ears, but your spirit feels it. It trembles, it stirs, it awakens. The realm of light is aligning, and Archangel Michael has drawn closer than ever. His wings stretch across the horizon of your destiny, shielding you from what tried to destroy you, declaring before heaven's throne, the seed is ready. Those words are not just divine poetry, they are a command that shifts timelines, a decree that awakens everything dormant within you. The spiritual soil beneath you is shaking because your time of emergence has arrived. Everything you've endured was preparing you for this unveiling. You didn't just survive the storms. You absorbed their power. The winds that were meant to break you became the breath that now propels you. Every fall, every delay, every unanswered question. It was never a punishment. It was a preparation. You see, heaven doesn't reveal what hasn't first been refined. And you, my beloved child, have been refined in fire, not to burn, but to become pure light. Archangel Michael has been guarding your process with a fierceness beyond human understanding. When others walked away, when doubt screamed louder than faith, when your strength felt like dust, he was still there. His voice, though soft, has always been near, whispering strength into your weakness, whispering courage into your fear. And now, that same voice is saying, rise, the season that buried you has no authority anymore. The seed cannot stay underground once the sun calls it forth. And right now, heaven's light is calling your name. You may not see the full bloom yet, but the signs are everywhere. The unexpected peace that has replaced your anxiety. The small breakthroughs that seemed random but weren't, the sudden opportunities appearing from places you've never expected. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations that your soil has shifted. This moment is holy. The atmosphere is heavy with destiny. And as you stand on the edge of transformation, Archangel Michael reminds you, don't rush the unfolding. Flowers that bloom too quickly fade too soon. Stay rooted in gratitude, grounded in faith, and aligned with humility. Because what's coming will not just bless you, it will astonish those who once doubted you. Pause for a second and breathe. Feel that quiet power humming in your chest. That's heaven's breath moving through you. Every inhale carries strength. Every exhale releases the weight of your past. You are being renewed cell by cell, thought by thought, heartbeat by heartbeat. The darkness no longer defines you. It only proves how much light you carry. Your breakthrough will not be loud at first. It will begin with whispers, gentle nudges from heaven, subtle doors creaking open, divine alignments falling into place. Don't despise the small beginnings. The smallest seed carries the largest tree within it. the smallest yes from your heart can move mountains in your path. What matters is not how big your steps are, but how consistent your faith is. If these words are stirring something inside you right now, don't let it stay silent. Share this message. Speak life into your own soil. Comment below with the declaration, I am not buried. I am blooming. Every word you release carries vibration. And vibration becomes creation. When you speak hope, you build highways for miracles. When you share light, you multiply heaven's energy. And remember, my beloved child, you are part of something bigger than yourself. Your rise is not only for you. It's for the ones who will find healing through your story. There's someone watching your journey who needs proof that resurrection is real. You are that proof. Your perseverance, your faith, your unbroken spirit. They are all testimonies wrapped in human form. Archangel Michael smiles upon you now, his voice steady as thunder wrapped in peace. The enemy strategy has expired. What was meant to bury you has become your altar. The very ground that was supposed to hold you down is now the stage of your awakening. You will rise from that soil, not in bitterness, but in brilliance. You will walk among those who tried to bury your potential, and they will not recognize the glory that now surrounds you. The angels are rejoicing because the cycle of breaking is closing. And the cycle of blooming has begun. Heaven's rhythm is shifting in your favor. You've been asking for a sign. This is it. This very message, these very words, are the divine reminder that your waiting season is over, and when your breakthrough arrives, it won't come as a whisper. It will come as a wave. Suddenly, things will align, suddenly. Doors will open. Suddenly, peace will overflow where chaos once lived. You'll look around and realize that what once hurt you has now become the soil that supports you. That's the miracle of divine transformation. It turns every ending into an introduction to glory. Your name is already being spoken in places you've never stepped. Heaven has set an appointment with your future, and Archangel Michael himself is clearing the path. But as you rise, remember to lift others too. A seed that grows alone creates a tree, a seed that multiplies creates a forest. Your light is meant to spark other lights. Your miracle is meant to awaken other miracles. That's how heaven expands through you. So as you listen, my beloved child, let your faith stretch. Let your spirit expand beyond what fear once contained. The soil that tried to silence you is trembling now because it cannot hold what heaven has destined to grow. You were never meant to remain hidden. You were planted so that generations after you could bloom. Archangel Michael's wings are unfolding, casting golden light across your path. His final words for you tonight are filled with power and peace. The seed has become the sign. The one they buried is now the one who carries light. And that light, my beloved child, is unstoppable. Share this message, speak it out. Subscribe to the sound of faith that never fades because your rise is already in motion. Don't skip, my beloved child, the night that once felt endless is finally bowing before the dawn. The horizon is glowing and it is not the ordinary light of morning. It's the light that only appears when divine promises begin to unfold. Archangel Michael stands at the edge of this dawn. His sword blazing brighter than the sun, carving through every shadow that ever touched your name. His message is unwavering, resonant, filled with holy fire. Rise, for your soil has surrendered to your destiny. You have been hidden long enough. The time for revelation has come. Everything you have endured, every tear that has fallen, every breath that carried silent prayers, none of it was wasted. You were being shaped by invisible hands, refined in unseen fires, strengthened in solitude. And though the world thought your silence meant surrender, heaven knew your silence was sacred growth. Archangel Michael has been watching over your transformation, ensuring that what was meant to harm you instead became the very reason you shine brighter than before. The seed has cracked open completely now. The roots that once clung to pain have given birth to strength. You can feel it, can't you? That strange calm that sits in your chest where fear used to live. That's not happiness, that's peace. A peace you didn't earn by escaping the storm, but by surviving within it. You've learned that faith isn't the absence of pain. It's the refusal to let pain dictate your purpose. You've learned that sometimes the most powerful growth happens in silence, when heaven works behind the curtains of chaos. Archangel Michael's wings rustle like the sound of wind before rain. He whispers softly, "Do not be afraid of the cracks. They are where the light enters, the cracks in your life, the heartbreaks, the losses, the betrayals. They are no longer weaknesses. They are openings for glory. They are the proof that your story has depth, that your spirit has endured pressure without collapsing. The pressure that once made you cry now produces power that radiates beyond you. This next season of your life will not resemble the pain that birthed it. It will be a season of abundance, clarity, and divine acceleration. You are not returning to who you were. You are evolving into who you were always meant to be. Heaven's alignment is precise. What once slipped through your fingers will now cling to you effortlessly. The blessings that once seemed distant are now magnetically drawn to your light. The doors that refused to open before will now unlock at your presence because the energy around you has changed. You are no longer seeking approval. You are walking in authority, my beloved child. There is something Archangel Michael wants you to know deeply. Your rise is not quiet because heaven intends for it to echo. The same mouths that doubted you will speak your name in wonder. The same eyes that overlooked you will witness your glow. This is not vengeance. This is divine justice. The soil that tried to hold you down must now serve as the platform that lifts you higher. Your roots were trained in resilience. Now your branches will stretch toward greatness. If your heart feels like it's burning with purpose right now, don't silence it. That's not anxiety. It's divine energy. That heat in your spirit is the signature of Archangel Michael's presence. He's activating your faith, reigniting your voice, and reminding you that miracles are born from movement. So take action, don't wait for perfect timing. Step into it. The moment you move in faith, heaven multiplies your momentum. And right now, as this message reaches your ears, someone else needs to feel this light too. Don't let the chain of awakening stop with you. Share this message, comment below and declare boldly, "My light cannot be buried." Speak it as a command, not a wish. Your declaration will ripple through the spiritual realm, breaking chains you can't even see. Every word of faith you release becomes a signal that summons angels to move on your behalf. Archangel Michael's presence is strong now. So strong that the air itself seems to shimmer with his power. His final words in this sacred hour are both gentle and commanding. Do not shrink to fit the places you've outgrown. Rise with grace. Shine with humility. Move with purpose. His message is simple but eternal. You are the light that darkness could not keep hidden. You are the proof that divine timing cannot be rushed, only revealed. This is your awakening, my beloved child. Every prayer you've whispered, every moment you've endured, every act of faith, it has all led to this. The angels are rejoicing. The soil has surrendered, the heavens have opened. What comes next will not just bless you, it will overflow into generations that follow. The seed is not only bloomed, it has become a garden, and that garden is your life. Walk through it with reverence. Water it with gratitude, and share its beauty freely. Because the world needs the fragrance of your faith. Stay till the end, something extraordinary is unfolding. My beloved child, the heavens are trembling with joy. For the moment that was written for you before time itself began is finally awakening. Archangel Michael stands upon the threshold of your destiny. His wings outstretched. Shimmering like rivers of living light, his gaze is fixed on you. And his voice, deep and resonant like thunder wrapped in melody, speaks again. You have endured enough night, now step into your dawn. These words are not just encouragement. They are a divine decree, every syllable echoes through creation, commanding every delay, every fear, every closed door to release you. The seed has become unstoppable. You can feel it in your spirit, the air is different now. The weight that once pressed on your chest is lifting. The heaviness that once kept you silent is dissolving into light. What you're sensing is the atmosphere of answered prayer. Heaven is not preparing to move. It's already moving. Everything that has resisted your growth is losing power because divine timing has been activated. You are standing in the sacred space between prophecy and manifestation. What was once spoken over you is about to take form. Archangel Michael walks beside you as you step through this unseen gate. His sword no longer burns for battle, but gleams for blessing. He reminds you the war was never to destroy you. It was to awaken you. You see, beloved, the struggle wasn't proof that you were weak. It was proof that you were chosen. The enemy doesn't fight what doesn't threaten him. You have always been a danger to darkness because your very existence carries light. That's why the attacks were so relentless, why the pressure was so intense. The soil had to be broken deeply enough for your roots to anchor strong. The world around you may not understand the transformation that's happening, but heaven celebrates it. You're walking differently now, not because life has become easy, but because your spirit has become unshakable. You've learned to find peace in uncertainty, faith in silence, and joy in surrender. You've discovered that real strength is quiet, that true power doesn't shout, it radiates. That's the mark of divine refinement. Archangel Michael is guiding you toward restoration not only of what you lost, but of what you never knew you could have. The losses you mourned are becoming lessons you'll teach. The pain that once paralyzed you is turning into the platform where others will find healing. The very places where you were broken are becoming wells of wisdom. You are no longer just a survivor, you are a vessel of redemption. Heaven's hand is writing the ending of your story, transforming every scar into a sacred signature of victory. There's a sound rising from within you. A pulse, a rhythm, a steady beat that mirrors the heartbeat of the divine. That rhythm is not just yours, it's the sound of purpose finally aligning with heaven's plan. Every time your heart beats, it declares, "I'm still here," and with every beat, your light grows stronger. Pause for a moment, my beloved child. Feel that warmth blooming in your chest isn't imagination, it's awakening. It's the divine energy that's been waiting beneath the surface for far too long. The soil no longer holds you, it nourishes you. What once confined you now sustains you. The darkness that covered you is dissolving, revealing the brilliance that was always within. And as this transformation deepens, remember, your rise is not meant to be hidden. You are not blooming for your reflection alone, you are blooming for the world. Share your story, speak your truth. The very words that once trembled on your tongue carry the power to free others. Every time you testify, heaven echoes through your voice. You are a messenger now, carrying light into places that have forgotten what hope feels like. Archangel Michael now speaks again, his tone fierce but filled with love. Guard your peace, protect your purpose. Not everyone who claps for you is for you. As you rise, discernment must become your armor. Not every light that shines is holy, and not every voice that praises you is pure. Some will be drawn to your glow only to dim it. Stay grounded, stay close to the voice of heaven. Let your intuition, your inner compass, be your guide. The same spirit that led you through the dark will lead you safely into the light. Your destiny is unfolding in layers, like petals revealing themselves one by one. Don't rush the bloom, let it unfold in divine timing. The most radiant flowers take time to mature, and when they do, their fragrance fills the world. You, my beloved child, are that fragrance. The essence of your journey is about to permeate every corner of your reality, and when people ask, "How did you do it?" you will smile, not in pride, but in peace. You will know the truth, that you didn't climb out of the darkness by your own strength. You were lifted by unseen hands, guided by celestial light, and guarded by an angel whose wings refuse to fold. So keep your faith steady. Keep your heart open. Keep your light burning. You are standing in the most sacred part of your journey. The moment before manifestation. Heaven is on your side, the archangel's wings are still above you, his sword gleaming, his voice steady. And through it all, one truth resounds. They tried to bury you, but they didn't know you were the seed. Now, that seed has become a tree, and that tree will become a forest, and that forest will shelter generations yet to come. Something huge is waiting for you. Stay till the end, my beloved child, this is the moment heaven has been preparing you for. The storms, the silence, the stretching, all of it led you right here. The air around you feels alive because it is. The same divine breath that spoke galaxies into existence is now breathing into your destiny. Archangel Michael stands before you one final time. His wings radiant like dawn after the longest night, and his voice carries both authority and tenderness as he speaks. The season of breaking is over. The seed has become the harvest. Those words do not simply describe your life, they declare your future. Look at how far you've come. The same heart that once trembled in fear now beats with courage, the same soul that once wept in shadows now glows with unshakable faith. You are living proof that no darkness is deep enough to bury divine purpose. Every setback you faced was a setup for this unveiling. You were never meant to remain underground. You were meant to grow roots that could reach eternity, to build strength in silence, and to rise when the world least expected it. Do you remember the nights you thought would never end? Heaven was awake during those hours, watching, weeping with you, and whispering promises into your pain. Archangel Michael kept record of every tear. He never left your side, not once. And now, he steps forward, not as a warrior in battle, but as a herald of victory. His sword no longer burns from conflict. It glows with completion. The war for your soul has been won. The ground that once held you captive now becomes your foundation. The burial place has become sacred soil. Close your eyes for a moment, feel the stillness in your spirit. That's not emptiness. That's fulfillment. You have entered a peace that surpasses understanding because you finally trust the process. You understand now that growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in surrender. Every time you let go, heaven caught you. Every time you broke, light entered through the cracks. Every time you fell, divine hands lifted you higher than before. You were never falling apart. You were falling into alignment. Archangel Michael steps closer. And his presence radiates like fire wrapped in serenity. His words are etched into eternity as he says, "The world will soon see the glory that was hidden in your pain. What was planted in tears will now rise in triumph." You feel his truth vibrate through every part of you. It's no longer just a message. It's a transformation happening in real time. The seed you once doubted has now grown beyond your imagination. You are no longer surviving. You are thriving. You are not the buried, you are the blooming. This is the divine exchange, the moment where everything shifts. The tears you cried are turning into streams of joy. The rejection you faced is making way for divine redirection. The silence you endured is about to echo with applause from heaven itself. The angels are rejoicing because what was hidden in the soil is finally visible to the world. You are walking proof that grace is stronger than grief, that light always wins, and that faith never fails. But remember, my beloved child, your blooming is not the end. It's the beginning of a greater purpose. You were not raised just for yourself. You were raised to remind others that they too can rise. Share your light freely, speak your story boldly. Every word that leaves your mouth carries the vibration of divine truth. Your journey is no longer about pain, it's about power. The kind of power that heals, restores, and transforms. If your heart is trembling right now, that's heaven confirming your readiness. You've crossed the threshold between waiting and walking, between promise and possession. The blessings that once seemed far away are now chasing you. Doors that were locked are swinging open without effort. Opportunities are arriving without struggle. You have entered the realm of divine flow, where grace does what grind never could. Archangel Michael lifts his sword high one last time, and light floods the sky. His final words wrap around your soul like fire and peace combined. Go forth, light bearer. What once buried you has now crowned you. Walk in your authority. Shine without fear. Love without limits. And with those words, his wings spread, and a wind rushes through your spirit, carrying with it the unmistakable scent of new beginnings. This is not just a conclusion, it's a coronation. The soil that once tried to keep you hidden now bows to your growth, the very earth beneath you testifies. The seed has risen. You are stepping into a season where everything that was meant for harm will work for your good. The people who counted you out will soon witness what divine restoration looks like. Every loss is about to be replaced by something greater, something more aligned, something eternal. Your story has come full circle. You began buried, doubting, and broken. But now you stand radiant, certain, and unstoppable. The light you carry is not just for your path, it's for the world. Walk as the living proof that resurrection is real, that the buried can bloom, that the forgotten can flourish. Your existence is heaven's answer to hopelessness. You are the miracle that others have been praying to see, so lift your head high, my beloved child. Walk into your new season not with fear, but with fire. Let your light reach the corners of the world that have forgotten hope. Let your voice speak life into every silent heart. The story of your resurrection will echo through generations, reminding every soul that no grave can hold a seed destined for glory. And as you step forward, never forget the words that began it all, words that will forever be etched into the fabric of your being. They tried to bury you, but they didn't know you were the seed. Now, you are not just rising. You are reigning. You are not just glowing. You are guiding. You are not just free, you are fulfilled. Welcome to your divine season. The light has finally found you, and it will never leave again.